Hello, I'm Dana Bash in Washington, where the State of our Union is worried about war in Europe. Tension over Russia's aggression towards Ukraine has the world on edge. This morning, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson warned that Russia is planning for what could be a, quote, the biggest war in Europe since 1945. Later today, President Biden will convene his National Security Council in the White House Situation Room as Vice President Kamala Harris returns from a conference of world leaders in Munich, where she reiterated President Biden's assertion that Russian President Vladimir Putin has made a decision to invade Ukraine. This weekend, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky left Ukraine briefly to meet allies in Germany, including U.S. Vice President Harris, and told CNN's Christian Amanpour that the West is not doing enough right now to deter Putin. He called for a list of possible sanctions on Moscow to be made public immediately. Ukrainian officials say their soldiers are ready for any scenario as violence and shelling is already escalating in eastern Ukraine. The U.S. now estimates 160 to 190,000 Russian personnel are in and around Ukraine. That's nearly double the number there 3 weeks ago. And it's all happening on a grim anniversary for Ukraine. According to the U.S., it was exactly 8 years ago today that Russian troops first crossed into Ukraine to eventually annex Crimea. I'm going to go straight to Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, where CNN's chief international correspondent Clarissa Ward joins us live. And Clarissa, President Biden says Putin has made a decision to invade. What are you seeing and feeling on the ground there?
Well, Donna, here in Kiev, remarkably, the streets are quiet but largely calm. However, that can't be said about the eastern part of the country, where a war has been underway for 8 years now. But those front lines had largely been frozen for some time, up until the last few days. Yesterday was the highest amount of activity that we have seen on those front lines in years. 2 Ukrainian soldiers were killed. A CNN team who were actually touring the front lines with Ukraine's interior minister came under heavy fire. They were pinned down for some time, and then they were forced to flee the area. Just days before, we had also visited the site of a kindergarten that had come under apparent shelling. So a real uptick in activity along those front lines, and a lot of people concerned that things could unravel even more quickly. For the most part, though, Ukraine's leadership has been stressing this idea that diplomacy